very good evening to everyone. In this lecture, we will study about the human excretory system. The human excretory system is a very important part of life process. Now, what is excretion? Excretion means throwing out metabolic waste from the body, which would be later intoxicating our body. So, for the human excretory system consists of organs which help in collection of the waste products, then temporary storage and throwing the ultimate waste products from the body. For this process, we have a pair of kidneys, we have two ureters, a pair of ureters, urinary bladder for temporary storage, and urethra from where ultimately the toxic waste products are concentrated and thrown away from the body. The kidneys, a pair of kidneys are bean-shaped structures. And then we have aorta, which branches into a renal artery. The renal artery brings oxygenated blood which is laden with impurities, that is nitrogenous impurities and other inorganic salts are brought by the renal artery to the kidneys, and later on a renal vein arises from the kidney. The renal vein meets the vena cava, and the renal vein carries out deoxygenated blood which is devoid with nitrogenous waste, because the nitrogenous wastes are collected into the uriniferous tubules and they are thrown away from the kidneys. Now you can see a structure here. This is nephron. Nephron is a structural and functional unit of our excretory system. Our kidneys consist of millions of nephrons. In the nephrons, we have a Malpighian body and a renal tubule. The Malpighian body consists of glomerulus and a Bowman's capsule. Now you can see a cup-shaped structure, that is Bowman's capsule. In the Bowman's capsule, inside the Bowman's capsule, you can see glomerulus. Now this part is the Malpighian body. This part is the renal tubule. This is Malpighian body. In the Malpighian body, you have glomerulus and you have a Bowman's capsule. Now what happens is the afferent arteriole which originates from the renal vein, it brings oxygenated blood which is laden with nitrogenous waste and other inorganic waste products, which forms the glomerulus, and the afferent arterioles forms the efferent arteriole. The diameter of the efferent arteriole is very narrow. Okay, so under very high pressure, the blood is moving under very high pressure inside the glomerulus, which is also like if you are sieving a tea, if you're sieving your tea through a siever, what happens? The wastes are remain in the sieve, and later on the liquids they move down. Same thing happens here. It is ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration happens in the glomerulus because the diameter of the efferent arteriole is very narrow as compared to the afferent arteriole. Now what happens? Now coming to the mechanism of urine formation, we have 4 steps in the urine formation. First one is glomerular filtration. Second is reabsorption. Okay, selective reabsorption. And then the third one is tubular secretion, and the fourth one is concentration. Now what happens? See, this part is clear. The Malpighian body is clear. Afferent arteriole, efferent arteriole, and glomerulus. The glomerulus, below the glomerulus there is a cup-shaped structure, that is the Bowman's capsule. Now blood under very high pressure, it moves down. Here, this part is the proximal convoluted tubule. This is the loop of Henle. This is the distal convoluted tubule, and this is the collecting tubule. Now you can see there are few capillaries which surround these structures. These are peritubular capillaries. Now see what happens is when the blood moves from the Bowman's capsule to the proximal convoluted tubule. In the proximal convoluted tubule, the maximum concentration of the urine that happens in the proximal convoluted tubule, the water is reabsorbed into the peritubular capillaries. When 75% of the water is reabsorbed into the peritubular capillaries from the proximal convoluted tubule, and 10% of water is reabsorbed into the peritubular capillaries in this loop of Henle through osmosis. And then coming to distal convoluted tubule, when the nephric filtrate comes to the distal convoluted tubule, the tubular secretion happens in the distal convoluted tubule. Now what is tubular secretion? Tubular secretion is nothing but the blood capillaries, they secrete K plus and H plus. K plus is potassium ions and H plus is hydride ions into the urinary tubules. They are secreted into the urinary tubules so that a proper pH is maintained. There is proper maintenance of the pH of the filtrate. Okay. Now the filtrate moves into the collecting tubule. In the collecting tubule, again there is concentration of the urine. There, in the presence of hormone, which is also known as ADH and vasopressin. In the presence of ADH and vasopressin, maximum concentration of the urine happens here. Now it moves into the collecting tubule. A number of collecting tubules, they join to form collecting ducts, which later on open into the ureter. Now what happens? Whatever urine is collected from the collecting tubule moves into collecting duct, from the collecting duct into the ureters. The ureters are 30 centimeters long. They move into a distensible urinary bladder. In the urinary bladder, the urine is stored for temporarily. It can store about 300 to 800 milliliters of urine. And from the urethra, the urine, which is a very concentrated, which consists of concentrated nitrogenous waste and water and few inorganic waste products, and through the urethra it is thrown away from the body. Now urethra is smaller in case of females and very longer, 20 centimeters long in case of males and 4 centimeters long in case of females. Now what is the concentration? What does urine consist of? The urine consists of 96% water. 2.5% consists of inorganic waste. Now what are the inorganic wastes? The inorganic wastes are salts like sodium, potassium, sulfates, calcium, other vitamins. These are all inorganic components of which are present in the urine. Now what are the organic components which are present in the urine? The urine consists of organic components like urea, uric acid, creatine, creatinine, bilirubin, biliverdin. These are all organic substances which are very toxic to our body, so they are thrown away from the body. Hope this video was useful.